I think we're actually burying the lead. Hey, OC, how did you know that Parsons was going to be able to rush the passer as well as he did? You're the only person I've ever seen to ever say that Micah Parsons could be a put his hand down guy. So I need that question answered.
The OC.
And boss showed me. Cowboys, you got to be aggressive. You got to be aggressive. Gotta be aggressive.
Like, we must have got a guard. That's the only thing that would have made him do that. That's it.
He know.
He know. Because he been watching Twitter, man.
So as you know, man, I sleep on this stuff. And I'm going to bring some lotions to Cowboy Nation. It's early in the season. So let's try to win it. It's the only way. Let's go.
My reefer with Henny and Coke. Please don't be stingy, got plenty to smoke. Show up and act up and back to the crib. I do not stun, I just rap what I live. Seem like they doing the most for the clout. Did what I said so they know what I'm about. Show up and act up and back to the crib. I do not stun, I just rap what I live.
Boss, show me.
Yep, I will. See, you know, it's times like this, man. You gotta be tough. You gotta be straight. You gotta be steady.
Shot it. Fight for. See, that's how to go out. Don't go out, just sit back. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna take Matthew Golden. No, fight for. You wanted physical. You said you wanted physical. Fight for it.
Yeah, so times like this expose who we really are. Even as a Cowboy fan base. For real. Who are we? We've seen tough times before.
Oh my God.
Somebody else said
It's
Boss Cowboy Sports, where your voice matters.
Ooh. Let's go. Today's stream is brought to you by Sleeper app. And with the Sleeper app, go for a Hail Mary on Sleeper picks and win up to 100 times your money. Use promo code BCS and Sleeper will 100% match your first deposit up to $100 instantly. Y'all gonna see me doing some more stuff with Sleeper, especially after this week. Had to get caught up on some stuff, so y'all gonna be seeing more and more stuff with Sleeper with me. All right, so we climbing out a hole, and you know, it's one of those things to where it's a lot of panic. You know, we get news of CeeDee Lamb and go be out for 4 to 6 weeks with a high ankle sprain. Hearing the same thing, obviously, with Tyler Booker. So, you know, environments like this make people want to mail it in, right? And I'm particularly not wild like that. You know, I'm just not wild like that. I think in times like this, you gotta definitely try to steady yourself. You gotta steady yourself, and it's almost like getting blown out. The only way you can get back in it is having one good play at a time. One good play at a time. So we got a tough opponent coming up. We gonna talk about that. You know, and we gonna talk about how to win. We gonna talk about exactly where we are, but then we gonna talk about some of the good things that can actually happen from this. Okay, but let's first talk about how to fix what's going on. All right, and I think I'm gonna really do a good job of kind of explaining how to kind of pull this back together. So one of the things that's going on, right, to me, the camel that continues to break the back of the Dallas Cowboys is giving up the big plays. Okay. So that's the biggest thing. That's the biggest domino that's going on. So I said this on X. In a bend don't break defense, the key is not breaking when you bend. So let me talk about that. So obviously, you know, Matt Eberflus, he got this style from Rod Marinelli. And usually the style of this defense is not to be really aggressive, not take too many risks, don't blitz a lot, right? Keep everything in front of you. Almost like you waiting on the offense to make a mistake, right? You waiting on them to get impatient and to try you. That's the style of this defense, where we're going to rush 4. We go keep 7 on the back end because we really don't make mistakes on the back end. But if you're making mistakes on the back end, this defense is the worst. This defense requires patience. It requires patience. So what it does is it tries to lure offense to be impatient and to make a mistake. So if this defense is messing up on the back end, then it's just no good. The whole thing is no good. I think Henny said it best. You can win all the time of possession in the world, but if your back end continues to give up big strikes and quick strikes from big plays, even controlling the clock has no value to you as a team. It doesn't. It also puts your offense in a hurry. It puts your quarterback in a rush. It puts your offense in a rush. Everything is hinging on the flood or the leak that's happening from the back end. So the Dallas defensive front is holding. See, that's the thing we got to focus on, because I'm listening to the streets. I know what I'm hearing. It's a panic, and it is a panic. The panic is happening because we're looking at the breakdown of the defense, and right now we putting a lot of attention on Matt Eberflus. So the things that's breaking down is the things that we gave away, like for instance, obviously the trade with Micah. We not getting the pressure, right?
To be the smooth operator, dominator in the state of Georgia. Hip hop standard destroyer. Yeah.
That wasn't the right button. But yeah, so what's happening is when you're giving up that much on the back end, right, it just turned everything apart. So let's kind of put this in perspective. If we wasn't giving up those big plays, this defense would be doing what it was designed to do. Just think of it like that. This defense, the type of defense that's supposed to, even if you move the ball, we go tighten up and we go hold you to 3 points. That's a bend don't break defense, but it's been breaking. All right. So that says to me, if you want to try to get back on track, okay, because you're off track. If you want to get back on track, you got to hone in on the leak. You got to hone in what's causing the issue, and you got to be aggressive about it. So the first thing to get us back on track is that back end secondary changes, and we need to be aggressive about it. Now, what changes exactly? It's something I've been calling for a minute. It's actually been time for a while. So I'm gonna show y'all some things real quick, some receipts. Okay, I'm gonna show y'all a couple of receipts. This ain't to brag, but this is to kind of really just put this in perspective, right? So let me go to my X and show you. So if you look, I'm gonna show you a couple of receipts. So August 19th, 2024. August 19th, so that's obviously around training camp. I said I'm usually against rotations in general, but the safety room is too talented to not rotate starters. So this was last year's training camp. I was saying Thomas, Israel, and Bell all need starting reps somehow right now. And that was really before we start seeing the massive downturn on the safeties. Because at that time you had safeties with high upside. See, Wanye is a very freakish athlete. Freakish, okay? So he played return in college, 6'3". I think he ran like a 4.3. He's fast as hell. Crazy closing speed. He's somebody that should have at this time already got enough reps to be developing into a starting safety and really truly the guy by now, to be honest. But what happened is the existing safeties that we have basically kind of ate up their development reps. Just keeping it real. And I was calling for this last year. Then Bell, obviously should be playing. The fact that you was able to have this man playing out of position at middle linebacker, and then he has pretty much an outstanding season given the degree of difficulty he was asked to do. But yet, when he played with all that courage, we just put him on the shelf. Didn't even rotate. And Izzy the same way. It was like all the dudes who showed dog in games, especially Bill and Izzy. Those are the guys that just got put on the shelf. And it didn't make sense to me. That's why I was saying, which definitely applies now, even more now, we got to be aggressive by getting them dudes reps right now. Because see, that back end is broken, y'all. It's broken. And it needs to be fixed. So then, obviously, I said that. So I'm going to show y'all how long I've been talking about this. So then, on this was somebody, he said, obviously I was talking about the starters, and you know, you always have Cowboy fans that's anti-upgrades. It's just what it is. You go always have fans that's just defending average to bad play. I don't know why we do that, but trust me, anytime you got an idea to improve, I don't know why, but it's a lot of Cowboy fans that just don't like ideas to improve. I don't know why, but it's true. Especially if you get on X and you talk about how to improve, you'll see it. You'll be like, damn, bro, you mad at that? Like, shit. He said, when benching the starters after one game. So after one game, I was saying, look. We benching the starters after one game? LOL. I ain't hear this last week. Now, here we go. Because I've been saying we should be rotating them dudes. I've been saying that for a while. Okay. I've been saying that. Okay. So check this out. So then I said, you could always tell who never followed my content. I've been begging for safety rotation before the season even started. So to the point, if you click, this is what I was begging. This is what I said, and this is what he was responding to. Because remember, after the Saints game, y'all remember when both safeties got beat in cover 2 over the top with one threat. Yeah. And I was saying then, man, shit, we time to shake it up. Shake it up, bro. Shake it up. Yep. With the same guys. And we never did. We never did. We stuck with the same safeties for the rest of the year. We did. And see, now, if we would have shook it up and at least start rotating Wanye and Bell at safety, at this point, we would have had game film and they would have had the game reps going into this year. So now, this is the deal. Let me get to the other side. Okay. And what's going on. All right. Just breaking all this down. So I said this on X, and this is still coming down to fixing the back end, because that's what's broken. Yes, Eberflus is ultimately in charge of the entire D, but it is too much focus on Matt Eberflus. The focus needs to be on the guy responsible for the epic and major blown coverage assignments. The back end of the defense is broken and need changes now. The guy's name that's responsible for that is Andrew Curtis. That should be the focus. Because if you really kind of break it down, because I don't do blame, I don't do that, I don't do kind of like tiki torch, let's just go after the guy that's the easiest to go after, which is Matt, right? It's the easiest to go after Matt. But if we really trying to get better and correct this, we got to be specific where the breakdown is. Because then you keep hearing stuff like they're playing like they don't understand zone concepts. Listen, y'all. These are veteran safeties. These are veterans. No. And then this is the deal. Coverages, and I'm telling you this from playing the position, is pretty universal. These guys have been playing these coverages since high school. All of us, pretty much cover 2 that I played in college was the same cover 2 I played in high school. Cover 3 in high school was the same cover 3 I played in college. Cover 4 was a little bit different. Soft cover 2 was a little bit different. But it was the principles of zone coverages is all about basically you doing your job. You having your eyes in the right place. That's telling me that it likely is a teacher. There's an enforcer that's wrong. Because the concepts of zone, especially the veterans, bro, stop. If they are not understanding the concepts, likely that means the enforcer is not enforcing it properly or teaching it properly. I'm telling you the truth. But this is also the issue. You can't fire them right now. You can't. See, usually when if you fire people right now, that's a bad sign for the season, generally. Or you better have a real good contingency plan in place. You better have a coach that you know can step right in, fully understand all the language of the defense and get you ready for the next game quickly. Who would that be? You can't get nobody from the outside. If you was to fire him, you would have to have confidence in somebody being able to step up from the inside. And so who would that be? So firing is not an option right now. Firing Matt Eberflus is not an option right now. You have to fix this from within. This has to be fixed from within. So how do you fix it? Getting back down to that question. This is where, to me, you got to be aggressive. Usually, even too, you don't fix these back end problems by firing the coach first. What usually happens is they go after the players. So let's start there. Let me ask y'all a question. Out of the two safeties that's starting, who should be benched first? Because we got to be aggressive, bro. I'm going to wait. I want to see y'all answer on this. I'm going to wait. Yeah. Todd Church said these vets are football stupid. And see, I don't believe they football stupid. Because they wasn't this football stupid last year. Droko say both of them. I agree with you. I would want to rip off the Band-Aid. Let's start with one right now. Let's make it easy. Ooh. Now don't do both of them. I need an answer. Somebody said Dak Prescott. Let's stay serious. Let's stay on the assignment. Yeah, y'all answers are very interesting. It's interesting. Watching this come in, it's wild. Ooh. Wow. It's speaking. It's loud. Ooh. Y'all keep doing it because I'm going to show it. This is interesting. Ooh. Somebody said, did you get an email I sent you? No. I check my email after the show. I need some answers. I need everybody to answer. I appreciate this input though. I'm waiting. Y'all doing it though. So my boy D.A. Leon asks, if you had to choose out of the two safeties, who are you benching first? Yeah. Because we talking about aggression. That's the point I'm making. We got to be aggressive about changes. We have to. This is a time we have to be aggressive. If we go try to save the season, we got to be aggressive. So, okay. I'm getting ready to show y'all answers. This is pretty unanimous. God damn, this is crazy. Okay. Wow. Now I need an answer. I need one, bro. Stick with it. Stick with the assignment, please. I'm liking what y'all saying too. Don't do the boat thing. We doing this for a reason. Whew, this is crazy. All right, man. I'm ready to show it now. Damn. I didn't know it was gonna be this bad. This is crazy. All right. So let me show it, bro. It's unanimous Donovan Wilson, bro. It's only my 3 votes that said Hooker. It's unanimous, bro. Damn. Yeah. And see, I put it to y'all, and the reason why I did it like that is because I didn't want to say it and influence the crowd. I wanted y'all to say it, because I would have said the same thing. Donovan Wilson got to be the first one to be rotated out. immediately. See, I would also say this about the aggression that we gotta have. Okay, if we go try to, somebody say Hooker trash too. I don't see the big plays happening on Hooker as much. What I'm not seeing on Hooker is an ability to help as much. Like that range that you need to help corners, you're not seeing him over there. You're not really seeing him, to me, play bad, but you also not seeing that athleticism you need and that ranginess that you need. Hence why I would pull the Band-Aid off and go ahead and start both Bell and Wanye now. I would do it now, especially because Wanye is a freak ass athlete, and Bell might be a better strong safety. If you had the instincts to play middle linebacker, that tells me that you are a natural strong. And we've been waiting on this dude for a long time. So because this is what I don't understand. I'm just being honest. Like when I've been pushing for the campaign trade for RB1, it's been so many people. Let's see what Blue can do. Let's see what Maffa can do. Why are we not saying let's see what Bell can do and let's see what Wanye? Now, if anybody been needing that, they been needing that. We pushing for rookies we've never seen, and we have guys that we've actually seen that show some upside, and we not pushing for them. Can somebody help that make sense? That don't make sense. That don't make sense to me. So, yeah, Donovan Wilson, yeah, he gotta sit down. And also, he needs to sit down. He needs to sit down because he doesn't have a coordinator, in my opinion, that knows how to hide him. That's where, in my opinion, Zimmer was better. Because when he got beat early, and he was getting beat early, like in one-on-one and shit like that, Zimmer did some smart stuff. He was like, let's just stop his ass from covering all together. Let's start sending him in on blitzes. Then all of a sudden he started looking cold again, right? It really wasn't that he was cold. He had a coordinator that played him to his strengths. This coordinator is kind of like systematic, Kellen Moore-ish, where this is my system and I need you to play within my system. He doesn't adapt like Zimmer was. See, Zimmer at least would adapt. He would switch it. He would be like, yeah, Donovan Wilson was getting killed. So what we gonna do is we go put him in that box, bro. We go hide him. See, no. Matt Eberflus ain't hiding him. Andre Curtis ain't hiding him. They leaving his ass out there. And then you say Zimmer had Parsons. Yeah, he did, but he still hit him. And he didn't always have Parsons. Remember, Parsons missed 4 games. And Donovan Wilson was still out there. It wasn't just Parsons. He was also hid because he had a better coach in terms of schematically, in my opinion. So, the number one thing, if we go try to turn this thing around, the number one thing aggressive-wise is making a change at safety. And the low-hanging fruit is Donovan Wilson. And he's a captain. Elected to be a captain by his peers. But that's why it got to be about, you got to be aggressive. If we come out there versus Green Bay with them same safeties, that's a bad message. What you did is you rewarded bad play. 2 weeks in a row of bad play. So what does that do to your message of competition? when your starters can play real bad. When Brian Johnson can say, yeah, based on the tape, we figured that we could do that flea flicker. We knew we was going to get behind them bars. We knew it. We watched the film and said, you know what? Let's hit them badass safeties with a flea flicker. Let's do that. And it worked. So, Dallas Cowboys, we calling for aggression. The number one thing that you need to be aggressive about is you got to stop that leak on the back end. You have to fix bend, don't break. You have to. If your back end is not holding up, then the definition of bend, don't break is not even there at all. It's gone. And it's not fair to your front seven. It's not fair to Matt Eberflus. Because Matt Eberflus' front is holding up in terms of stopping the run. You notice there ain't no talk of Mozzie. Ain't nobody say nothing about Mozzie. It wasn't a word, not a peep. Because guess what? That whole front doing their job in terms of stopping the run. They bottling up everything. They getting behind them balls. Like on third down and fourth down, man, it's crazy. They have to be aggressive on the change now. If they not, then they pretty much getting us ready for draft season. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I'll tell you the truth. And I said that shit. Sadly, let me see. I said this last year, bro. This is me last year, bro. Look at this. Let me show y'all something crazy. Because I've been seeing this, bro, with them safeties, bro. I said if Wanye doesn't get rotated in versus Atlanta, especially on passing down, because we were seeing them safeties get. I would immediately start working on draft content for 2025, and I said that October 30th. I will have no more trust in 2024 and common sense. After San Fran, safety has to have rotation at a minimum. It is time, and they still didn't do it. I've been saying this for a long ass time. So this ain't something I just looked at this previous game and was like, I was like, they should have been rotating in Bell and Wanye. And see, this is what I don't like. This is what I don't like. They rotated weak ass Heath. Do y'all remember we had Barry Church? I should have pulled up that clip. We had Barry Church on me and West Coast. I should have pulled that clip. I got Barry Church in his feelings. I sure did. Cause I was like, this was the first time I was doing content with guests. West Coast let me do that when he booked them. So Barry Church, and I said, Barry, I said, man, they was doing some crazy stuff, right? I said, they was doing stuff like rotating safeties, and you was balling. He said, man, you ain't lying. I'm laughing because we've rotated safeties before, bro. This is absolutely the time. You should have been created some packages that's exclusive for just Wanye and Bell. That should have been happening already, honestly, for the last year and a half. This should have already been happening. The defensive coordinator, I don't care who it was, Zimmer, Eberflus, it should have already been a package made. That's the Wanye package at safety. It should have already been a package. This is the Bell package at safety. So, if we go try to turn this around, number one, back end. You that's the number one thing. You got to fix that now. You got to fix that. Number two, in terms of team aggression. Team aggression, because listen, if we not aggressive, it's over, y'all. We might as well start getting ready for the draft. Number 2, we got to replace Micah. Didn't Stephen Jones say, hey, father and son Cowboys, we got to do us a show soon, man. You've been like you was Nostradamus on this stuff, bro. We gotta do a show soon, like this week. So let's get on the phone, man. Let's make that happen. We can talk some ball. But we gotta replace Micah. Yeah, we gotta replace Micah. My boy Cowboys Trey say, boss, give the real why not change at safety. I honestly don't know, bro. I think it can be a couple of things. Because this is not our guys, because these are actually our guys. And then head hunter said, I don't think they trust them, boss. You got to do something. And to see, hold on, wait. This is why I can't go with trust. You trusted Bell to be your middle linebacker. That is pretty much the brains of the defense. So with Bell, I can't rock with that one. And then somebody say follow the money. I agree with that. I can see us being stupid like that. Yeah, they got paid and still holding seniority. Yeah, see, now that's kind of sounding like Dallas. That sounded like, those two theories, I rock with those theories more than the other ones. Because, you should be able to trust Bell. If you trusted him to play middle linebacker and be the brains of the defense, then you should be able to back him up and trust him at safety. Just being honest. But replacing Micah. Let's just talk about that. This ain't gonna take us long. Y'all remember Steven said, you can manufacture pressure. Was that true? See, remember I always say this. The offseason is the time of illogical optimism. We not gonna miss Micah. We can manufacture pressure with scheme. I love what you said, Cowboys Trey. He said, give up the 2 firsts for Garrett. And he said, my boy Curtis said, boss, that was Dan Quinn philosophy with Bell at linebacker. What I'm saying is he was smart enough to play it. When you the middle linebacker, man, you got to be smart, bro. Ain't no dumbass middle linebackers, because a lot of times you the people that be putting everybody in position, and a lot of times you the ones that's running the huddle. The play usually go through you. The quarterbacks of the defense is usually your middle linebacker. So I'm saying it can't be trust, because it can't be a brain issue with Bell, because he played a position that requires a lot of thought and a lot of instinct. That's middle linebacker. I'm gonna say, take it easy on my back.
Take it easy on my back.
But yeah, so replacing Micah, you know how everybody was like, yeah, man, shit, we ain't gonna miss Micah, man. Them pressures ain't nothing. You don't need that. Remember people saying pressures don't matter? It's like, bro, no. See, pressures matter because now them quarterbacks able to just sit back there on a dime. So a lot of us, we would get real righteously against Micah and over minimize his greatness because he was a pressure machine, right? And then it would be like, pressures is just like a almost stat to me. I'd be like, bro, you got to really go look at the game, bro. When somebody is pressuring, they're getting that quarterback off their spot, which affects the timing of the whole offense. If a quarterback is able to sit there and go through all his progressions, you go have these record ass days like you've seen the last 2 times. So that's why we never should have been minimizing pressure. We was going too hard on Micah and against Micah, bro. Just being honest, bro. Like, it's one thing to have an opinion, but it has to be backed up with logic and true football knowledge. We can't be just fast talking this shit. And it was too much of the going on with Micah. Too much minimizing him. Too much. He ain't generational. Anybody can do that. He just a defensive end. It's like, bro, like, listen, I know he gone, but we made it too simple to replace him, bro. Just keeping it real. And now we see. Now you should see, if you honest, you just don't replace people like Micah easily. That was a damn lie. Yeah, Donovan Ezeraku never was and never will be Micah. Never. Never. In no form. In no form. Will he be a good player eventually? Yeah, I believe that. Yeah. But will he be able to play all the way up and down the line of scrimmage like Micah was? No. Will he draw doubles consistently and will the whole defense slant protections toward him like Micah?
Oh, hell no.
So, when I say you got to replace Micah, this is why this whole show is about aggressiveness. You got to aim high, bro. You can't band-aid and scheme. You can't band-aid and scheme to make a Micah. That's a damn lie.
You can't handle the truth.
And see, people said that type of stuff in the offseason. See, when the season start and there's real bullets flying, see, you can't talk stupid like that. You can only say that type of crazy stuff in the offseason when the Cowboy fans believe in Santa Claus. That is the season where we believe in an illogical optimism. And we do it every year. Every year you can say almost anything to us and we buy it. Oh, we're not going to miss this. We're not going to miss this. Oh, we got Hearns. And our fans, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Until that shit got rolled out. Yeah, so you got to be aggressive. Yeah, you got to shoot for the top now, Jerry. You got to shoot for the top. And see, I like what y'all saying. I'm seeing a lot of y'all say give up them 2 firsts we got for Micah. I'm going to clap it up for y'all because that is absolutely what to do. I would absolutely give up them 2 firsts in a heartbeat. For the right type of player. For Myles Garrett, I am walking the 2 firsts right to their lap and their doorstep. I'm saying, here you go. You can have these. Here you go. Now, he's a long shot because their cap hit would be so great if they tried to trade him after just 1 year. The likeliness of them doing it is very slim. Some kind of way you would have to help them ease that cap. I don't even know if that's possible. And I see y'all saying Jerry want to hoard those picks. And I'm going to tell you, that would be a tremendous mistake. Since a lot of people and Cowboy fans want to hoard those picks, I'm going to tell you why that's a bad move. It's a bad move to hoard those picks. Because Dak would be 34 by the time the last pick is made from the Micah trade. And then 34 to 35. And then by the time those picks mature, where they're likely going to start having real veteran contribution, you talking about Dak being 35 to 37. So when Jerry traded Micah, he gambled the last best years of Dak. I want y'all to understand that. That's why the proper thing should be up them picks. See, if Dak was 25, yeah, keep the picks. But Dak is not 25, y'all. Dak is in his 30s. And see, some of y'all think, well, let's just trade up and get a quarterback. Let me just give y'all the honest truth on why we need to be aggressive on trading for talent versus being passive and waiting. Let me ask you about your Dallas Cowboy history. How many quarterbacks did we ever draft on purpose and get it right? I give you 30 years. How many quarterbacks did we draft and get it right? One. In 30 years, matter of fact, you would have to go back like 40 years. The only quarterback that we drafted and got it right was Aikman. And that had to be the number one overall pick. That means we had to basically lose every game to even have a chance at that. We have, since Aikman, never got the quarterback position right on purpose. Never. Never. Remember, Jerry Jones wanted Paxton Lynch. He didn't want Dak. You right, D.A. Lee. It was 0 when you did the math right. That's why I had to correct it and go back to 40. You have to go back 40 years for Aikman. In 30 years, they have never got the quarterback position right on purpose. On purpose. Remember, we almost missed on Dak. So listen, y'all. Yeah, you want to trust them. You want to trust the Dallas Cowboys to draft a quarterback. You want to trust the GM, Jerry, who went and got Trey Lance without talking to anybody. Yeah. Let's just trust Jerry and Steven to go draft a quarterback. And see, some of y'all don't like that because of Romo. Well, let me tell you your history on Romo. We almost missed on Romo because of Jerry. See, I got the clip. I should have had it ready. Where Jerry talked about how he almost passed on Romo because he wasn't trusting Sean Payton. Sean Payton was begging him to get Romo as an undrafted free agent, and Jerry didn't want to pay $5,000 extra to go get Romo. And these are the people that y'all trust to go trade or not trade to get a quarterback after Dak. I'm saying all that to say, you better be aggressive for this Dak window because it's closing. So hoarding picks, let's keep the picks. Let's keep the picks for the future. What future? What future? Who you think we are? Green Bay? We not Green Bay. We not smart like Green Bay. We don't know how to go get a quarterback, sit them for 2 years, have no drama while that quarterback is sitting, ease that quarterback out, and then ease the other quarterback in. Who do you think we are? We not Green Bay. Yeah. See, Green Bay has successfully transitioned 3 quarterbacks with no drama. They drafted Love. It was a talk about what does this mean for Aaron Rodgers? Nothing. They let Aaron go out on his sword. It was no drama. And they let Love sit there and cook. And before Aaron was the quarterback, they let Favre go out on his sword. And they let Aaron sit there and cook slowly. You couldn't do that in Dallas, bro. Yeah, we too shady, bro. Let's keep it real. Every quarterback that's not even close to Dak, we always think they finna replace Dak. Every time. We not the type of team that can actually put a quarterback behind Dak and just let him slow cook and let Dak ride it out. We ain't that type, bro. Too messy, too much controversy, too much, it's just no. Yeah, my boy D.A. Lee say every 15 years they win a Super Bowl with that new QB. Yeah. So no. So I'm saying all that to say aggressive, bro. This is why I'm team aggression. I'm explaining on everything that we need to do. It need to be aggressive, bro. So aggressive from this standpoint. To me, your best one is Trey. He not the best one athletically, but he's the best chance at trying to replace Micah. He is not Micah either. But he is your best chance. That is probably the one that makes the most sense because he was similar to Micah to where the Bengals was showing a lot of indecisiveness with him. And then when you finally get to the end, you put him on a year contract, that's still showing indecisiveness with him. That type of team would likely be open to 2 first rounders. So Myles Garrett would be ideal, but it's a lot that come with that. But this Band-Aid plan, let's go get Clowney. Oh, we got all these second rounders. None of that's Micah, dog. We are seeing it before our eyes. You not even getting close to the pressures you was getting with Micah. You way behind, brother. So if we really want to still try to save the season, and I don't mean save the season in terms of making the playoffs, I'm talking about save the season in terms of being aggressive to go for it. Because as long as you have Dak, you should be aggressive to go for it. Because see, your future without Dak is coming. And I know a lot of people out there be talking real stupid. Dak average, we don't need Dak. It's like, bro, y'all didn't really live the hard days of quarterback purgatory, or you just don't remember it. I remember the time between Aikman and Romo. Do you know how many quarterbacks it was between Aikman and Romo? Anybody want to guess? How many quarterbacks was in between Aikman and Romo? See, that's the problem with Dak. We never had to wait 1 second. That's why we don't appreciate him, because we didn't have to wait for him. If you them quarterbacks that had to wait, if you them teams that had to wait, like the Bills, like the Browns, it was 18 quarterbacks. 18. It was 18 quarterbacks. See, y'all don't remember purgatory. It was 18 18. I'm seeing some of y'all numbers 7-5. It was way more than that. It was 18 starting quarterbacks between Aikman and Romo. 18, bruh. And see, because we didn't have to wait, and then Romo went out, Dak went right in. We take it for granted. That's what's going on. Yeah. Mike Frank said it perfect. Chiefs had to wait a long time. Yes, they did. Buffalo had to wait a long time. The Texans had to wait a long time. A long time. Yeah. See, yeah. Look what Pittsburgh going through. You know Pittsburgh got their shit together. You know that's a top organization. Every year they struggling to figure out that quarterback, ain't they? They draft him, it don't work. They get him in free agency, it don't work. Yeah. So this is why I'm team aggressive. I'm not on that team of y'all that's let's hoard them picks. Let's see. Yeah, let's just wait. Let's wait. Nah, bro. No. And then trade and get these guys in here for the next 2-3 years. You need to be trying to lay down a track that fits the exact time of Dak. And every year you need to be going forward. This year too. Don't take none of Dak's years for granted. Don't take none of the time left like, oh yeah, we got Dak. You know, another 4 years. No, bruh. It's a bad move. You gotta replace Dak and be going for it now. Go for it right now. The next two things that the Dallas Cowboys got to do. They have to have aggressive fairness. If we go save the season, they got to be more aggressive on fairness. They not aggressive enough on playing the best people. They not. Yeah, you got to have aggressive fairness. You can't have our guys. You can't have our sponsors. See, right now it's actually morphed. It's morphed away from our guys. It's morphed to sponsored players. The sponsored players are the players that the coaches want. It's not our guys. And Brian Schottenheimer and them, they're playing themselves with that too. See, Jerry and them will give you just enough rope to hang yourself with. They did that to Mike McCarthy. Oh yeah, go ahead, Dan Quinn, that's your guy. Yeah, go for it. Yeah, go for it. Do your thing. Oh yeah, man. Yeah. We don't get in your way. And what happened? He gave Mike McCarthy 1 year of freedom. The rest of it was control. See, that's what's gonna happen next year. Because the coaches now are not being fair enough. See, y'all can't talk me into Sanborn. None of y'all can talk me into that. See, that's the worst one to me. I saw Sanborn against the Giants miss 6 tackles. 6 as a middle linebacker. 6. He never should have started again. A linebacker that missed 6 tackles? That's not a linebacker. Oh, boss, he knows the defense, bro. No. No. I'm not gonna let y'all minimize Morris Lewenfeld like that, bro. No, I know too much history, bro. I know Zimmer said that Morris Lewenfeld was one of the smartest players he ever met. A requirement for middle linebackers is intelligence. We all can see he fast. And he faster than Sanborn. Oh, my boy call him Sunburn. You can clearly see. You can clearly see the physicality. He checks the brain box. He checks the physical box. He just not the sponsored guy. So we don't have aggressive fairness. We don't. We don't have aggressive fairness at One Tech. Jay Toy is not better than Mozzie. He is not. The only thing you getting with Jay, is it's hard to move him. But he ain't adding nothing to that. He ain't gonna give you no pressure. He ain't gonna shed a block to help with a tackle. He just go basically hard to move me. That's it. At least with Mozzie in year 3, it's hard to move him, and he can shed a block, and he can pursue, and he can help. You ain't getting that with Jay. So it's not aggressive fairness. It's not. It's not aggressive fairness in the safety room. It's not. It's not. If we go turn this thing around, it needs to be aggressive fairness. Straight up. Yep. So I'm talking about all the things that we need to do. Real quick. The last thing. Trade for RB1. Still need to do that. Yeah. You need to do that now more than ever. Oh, y'all thought I was going to get off of that? Nope. Still on it. Yep. See, now that CeeDee Lamb is gone, guess what you got to lean on now? Anybody want to guess what you got to lean on? Guess what you got to lean on now? Huh? What should be the formula versus Green Bay? Huh? So for all the people that was, man, that's a dumb idea. I bet you wish you had a super cold backfield now, don't you? Yeah. See, the run game, we need that right now, don't we? Yeah. We got Williams. You got Williams and Sanders. You need more than Williams. You need 2 threats. You need a threat that when Williams is not out there, the other guy is also a threat as well. A threat to the point you have to respect it. A threat to the point to where you have to stack the box to help the new number 1, which is Pickens. But you ain't got that. You ain't got that. You know why? Some of y'all was hating on the idea. And we need it more than ever. Your best option for that right now is Alvin Kamara. That's your best bet right now. All the teams I'm looking at are teams to where their records are bad. And they are starting to be positioned potentially for fire sales. I'm not giving no ideas that's not realistic. If you go get Alvin Kamara, that can help you get through this tough window that we in. And try to make a push. Cause I ain't trying to have no give up shit. I ain't all that let's talk draft. Too early for that. It really is. It's just too early for that. It's like I would rather put my energy on like ideas that can actually help us come out of this storm. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff that we can actually really do to get out of this storm. So we have to make the back end changes. We should be pressuring Jerry to replace Micah. Like for real. And not with no band-aids. We should be definitely pushing them to have aggressive fairness. I don't care if it's a sponsor. I don't care if it's their guys in terms of free agent guys. And you need to trade for RB1. See, some of y'all thought I was just pushing one campaign. Listen, I'm for all this shit. Both of them. All of it. Yeah. And see, let's not fall for that trap. Oh man, we need the defense. Forget RB1. No, you need all of it. We trying to still win it this year, bro. Some people, they didn't already quit. That's cool. You go ahead and fan how you fan. I ain't gonna be mad at you for fanning like that. I don't want to fan like that. I want to try to keep my mind on things that can actually help us turn the corner and where we can go forward. So a couple of things I just want to highlight real quick. Just as we start to get ready for, and we gonna start talking about Green Bay. And I really want y'all to hear me out on this, okay? Really hear me out on this, what I'm getting ready to say. I said on X, and I really want y'all to hear me. I said I would give a tip. Dallas and most teams play better as underdogs. And when their back is against the wall, it's the art of war. And I'm not just talking when I say that. Okay? Because I predicted. Okay? I said the Bears game is a bigger trap game than the Giants and way more dangerous offensively. See, I sound crazy because the Giants put 400. Russell Wilson hit us with 450. And I said way more dangerous. Then, y'all remember this? This was before the Green Bay game. I said nobody wants me on this subject. Home field importance is greatly inflated. Y'all remember them times? We done won 17 games straight at the house. I will leave you limping if you try me with junk science. Yes, home field has some advantages, and yes, home field helps, but the way it is sold about the Dallas Cowboys is a trap. Was I lying? And I don't. If you search trap under my name, you ain't gonna see me saying trap a lot. But when you see me say trap, it's a fucking trap. How did you know? Boss, how did you know? When I say art of war, I'm serious. So I'm going to show y'all this. The art of war. Because I studied the art of war. Okay. It's a book by Sun Tzu, a military genius. Okay. Okay. So they teach this in West Point. They also teach this in a lot of business schools. So if you're a leader or you're a manager, it don't matter what, you should study this. You should. If you're in any type of leadership, you should study the art of war. It has a lot to do with leading organizations and stuff like that. Like you'll develop good strategies. I don't know if you ever read this, D.A. Lee, but I know you're an executive up in DMV area. This is a very, very good book for like people that have jobs like you. So I predicted it because I actually studied the art of war and I remember key things about it. And that's why I was able to predict it. Right. One of the things that he taught in the art of war was placing men up against a mountain for bravery. So in the art of war, Sun Tzu's philosophy is that soldiers placed in a position with no escape, a death ground, will fight with maximum bravery and strength. This is an accurate interpretation of the text. But the mountain metaphor you describe is a common misrepresentation. Because he also warns against fighting when one's back into a mountain, not for it. But he talk about it from a terrain. It's not an advantage from a terrain, but it's an advantage from a morale standpoint. Okay. And this got something to do with Dallas. Y'all know I can be long-winded. Just stay with me. So the correct strategy, placing soldiers on death ground. Okay. In chapter 11, the non-situation, Sun Tzu defines death ground as a territory where soldiers can only be saved from destruction by fighting immediately and without delay. He advises commanders to put their troops in this situation to inspire bravery. Throw your soldiers into positions whence there is no escape, and they will prefer death to fight. If they will face death, there is nothing they may not achieve. In such a desperate state, the soldiers have no choice but to stand and fight fiercely, losing their sense of fear because there is no other option. This is a strategic way to cultivate the necessary courage for victory. So then they talk about it from a strategic context. They talk about it from a general standpoint. But this is how this is what it relates to Dallas and why I was able to predict the danger of the traps. Because I watched Chicago. I watched them. I went and watched their film, bro. And when I saw the weaponry that they had and that they was 0-2, I knew they backs was against the wall. And that's why I said this is a goddamn trap. Because I understood the art of war. It's the same reason I predicted it for Green Bay. That it was a trap. And you won't see me saying trap a lot. But when I see men against the wall, I always remember the strategies of the art of war. And that's why I was able to say this is a trap. Guess who right now got their backs against the wall, though? You do. Your Cowboys. So this is how serious this stuff is when it comes down to art of war. Because a lot of people, they think, oh, they get paid millions. They're going to play hard because they're paid to play hard. No. Morale is real. Bravery is real. Momentum is real. So this will also help some of y'all with gambling too. This will help all the people that got the sleeper app. This gonna help make y'all some money. So were you able to predict these upsets? You got to look for situations where teams got their back against the wall, especially ones with talent. So like for instance, Green Bay was smelling themselves last week. Green Bay stomped Detroit, and then Detroit went out there and played good. So it made Green Bay look even tougher, right? And they was interviewing people in Green Bay. They was like, really? One of them dudes said, they tackle said, I don't see us losing a game this season. But they was coming up against the Browns, who they back was against the wall. They ain't won no games. What happened?
Take it easy on my back.
So the team right now that's dangerous is Dallas. That's how big this Green Bay game is. It's not over if we lose, but I expect Dallas this game to fight like the season on the line. Because it almost is. It really almost is. So I know a lot of us have given up. Yep. My boss said they overlooked them just like we did. Is Zach Curtis? You see what I'm saying? Kurt 45. Yeah. We overlooked Green Bay on that home field advantage. Yes, we did. We overlooked them. Yeah. It was evidence that we overlooked them. One of the biggest evidences is when Sam Williams and Turpin had the after party victory party flyer before the game, and they was posting it. they was posting the victory party flyer before they played Green Bay. Yeah. Yes. People do overlook opponents. So I'm not like a lot of people that's over here like, man, Green Bay finna whoop us, man. Green Bay finna whoop us. Nah. We the ones got our back against the wall now. So this week I'm gonna be talking about ways we can try to really surprise them. Right? And honestly, they also could fall asleep. Yeah, and they did get dog walk. They did. We got dog walk. So I'm not like a lot of people that's over here like, oh man, we finna get blew out. Football ain't like that, bro. It's a lot of emotions. Like we was on the wrong side of the emotions in that playoffs. We was in the wrong side of confidence. We was smelling the cheese, bro. We really was. So Green Bay is beatable, dog. We're gonna have to play at our best. We're gonna have to play smart, and we can't beat it ourselves. But they're beatable, bro. You know, just keeping it real. So anyway, man, I'm gonna take a couple of calls real quick. Because after a loss like this, I just want to hear from y'all. Just take a couple of calls before I get up out of here. And I'm going to be doing a lot more content, man. I got some stuff that freed up in my schedule. That's going to allow me to do that. So let me take a couple of calls, man. Y'all go ahead and call in.
Piling paper, got them talking nice to me. Down the bottle, it be going right through me. Brown baby, down to take a flight to me. They think that I'm stunting, but it's slight to me. Piling paper, got them talking nice to me. Guess that's why the labels want the rights to me. CD on my back and it feel light to me. They think that I'm stunting, but it's slight to
me. Alright, we got the phone lines open. I tested my phones too. They should be working. Here we go. Ain't nobody called in. Boy, y'all wild. I'm finna say, boy, that loss whooped y'all ass like that. Y'all don't even want to talk. Y'all should have listened to Boss, man. Boss told you it's a trap. Shit. Yeah. I told you it was a trap. That's what be happening. Y'all be listening to the wrong people. We finna blow them out. Shit. It's a trap game like I'm 0-2. They backwards against the wall. 214, you live. Two on four. Hold on real quick. 214. Hold on real quick. Let me see. CJ.
What it do?
What's up with it, man?
Yeah, man, I had sent you a little email, man. That was me. I had sent you a little email, man.
Let me check now.
I mean, you know,
you sent it to BossCowboySports?
Yeah.
All right. I'm looking now.
No.
I see it.
Yeah, pretty interesting. You know, it's just about even flu, but you know, I'm with you. It make a lot of sense that his assistant, you know, he brought all them guys over there with him. But at the same time, they was having the same issues in Chicago.
Yeah.
Dude wasn't even the defensive coordinator in Chicago, but they say he still like call the plays over there.
Right.
So with all that being said, it's kind of like the only plays he done really hit on was Indianapolis. That's where he got lucky in and had the top 10 defense and the top 10 scoring defense. And you know, man, my thing is this right here, boss. Like, I know it's looking real crazy for us right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely on board with I'm on board with Team 3. Hashtag that. Yeah, DN, running back, and a safety.
Yeah.
You know, but
I agree.
Yeah, straight up.
Yeah.
Straight up, but I really feel like I feel like this. I feel like Eberflus ain't gonna make he ain't gonna make the adjustments to the personnel that he got right now. I don't feel it. If he do it, he's doing it by force. And is he really gonna coach these guys up? That's another part of the problem. It's like a teacher trying to teach you how to do a math equation. But you started saying, I don't understand that, I don't understand. But they started saying, well, it ain't number 1 or 2 ways to do it, and I just told you the ways. But then you go to a whole other math teacher, and they explain it to you in a totally different way, but it becomes simplified to you. And now you pass a refined cover in that math class. I can't say that the teachers is actually teaching them guys. They've been doing this for a long time. Zone man, whatever. They've been doing it for a long time. But it don't seem like it ain't that they don't know what they doing. Is in the sense like they dumb or stupid. I don't think they understanding the assignment. That's it.
Yeah.
That's what I believe it is. Yeah, Wanye needs to get some play. Bell needs to get some play. Lil 5 needs to get some play. And I ain't saying we putting this out on Eberflus. I ain't with you on that. But his feet got to be held to the fire.
Yeah.
His feet got to be held to the fire. There's no way that he can't just, it ain't on Eberflus. Hell no. Because at the end of the day, this your unit, man.
Yeah.
These assistants, they work under you.
Right.
You pay, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they got to do what you say do.
Hey, CJ, that same thing sadly gonna happen to Brian. You know what I mean? Because these your guys too. You feel me? This is what I hate is that even if you're not directly the cause of it, you gonna be held accountable to it. Matt Eberflus,
right?
And Brian Schottenheimer, because it's all under your umbrella.
It's all under your umbrella. So we thinking, we try to sit back and you like, you were pushing for Brian to stand on his head and get that guard, right? Yep. You know what I'm saying? And that's good. You held your ground. That's good. And then you see Jerry saying like, yeah, I had to fight with him back and forth, blah blah blah. He kind of like throwing him aside when, man, look here. Yeah, Nisha. Say something over there on the defensive side and say, hey, man, we ain't doing that shit no more. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And another thing, check this out. When Dan Quinn was there, Dan Quinn ran man coverage 37% of the time. He was like the third highest in the league. When Zimmer got there, Zimmer ran man coverage like 32% of the time, or 30% of the time. I'm about close to what I'm talking about. So all I'm saying is, what's the damn problem? Play to our strengths, man. If you want to win, play to our strengths. Shit, I mean, that man, there's no way he came in, did film on Wilson, did film on Hooker, just did film on the whole team to say, hey, I'm trying to get a feel for my personnel here. Because I really don't know these guys. I ain't never coached these guys. You see what I'm saying? There's no way in hell that you really came in and looked at this shit and said, okay, I see how I'm gonna do this. Yeah, I can only use Wilson down in the box. Yeah, so Bill Runyon will have to get some run. You know what I'm saying? When I'm trying to cover the deep half of the field.
Right.
It's just no way, bro. Even with that being said, even with Miller's Real Fire, if he was really watching film of Miller's Real Fire, he would know that the dude could fucking play.
Exactly, bro. Man, it's
you see what I'm saying?
Man, CJ,
you ain't doing that shit, bro.
Exactly. That's how you know it's that sponsorship bullshit, bro. It's that, oh man, Sam Bourne, he's my guy. Jay, I drafted him, and that's the guy I believe in, and it's that. You know, it could be going on with Blue. You know,
I told you that.
It could be.
Remember I told you that?
Yeah, I'm gonna be fair, bro. Yeah, it could be going. It's to see, and Jerry and them, boy, I tell you that, man, you boy. But Jerry and them gonna have the hand. Hold on, CJ. Let me say this real quick. Jerry and them gonna have the hand of Thor next year, bro. They gonna let you do this only 1 year, bro. They gonna let, man. You know they believe in that our guys bullshit.
That's how they do that. That's how they do.
Boy, these coaches mess up with their favorites. Oh, they ain't gonna get another chance at it. Jerry and Steven ain't gonna let it happen no more. For real.
And guess what? And other fans, we get mad sometimes. Jerry and them stick their head off enough. But shit, can you blow on sometimes?
I actually can. If you being fair, when you seeing stuff that's like, bro, this crazy. You got your pick hat. You got your. See, that's why I say in the middle of both of them need to be always fairness. Always, our guys need to always finish with fairness. Your sponsor, who you stood on the table for, that should mean shit when it comes to fairness. Fairness and the best should always trump your favorites, your idea. It should be a centerpiece of the culture, but it's not.
Instead of all about competition. Hell, if it was all about competition, guess what? When Jack Sanborn after the first game, no doubt after the second game, I would have been saying, hey, I need to see every linebacker out on this practice field. I'm trying to see who looks the best ready to go this week. Because Jack Sanborn, you might not get no run this week, player. You definitely ain't finna start. You know, it's just shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how sport feels, man. I played on all-star fields. I played baseball. I played on all-star. Sometimes I used to sit there and wonder, like, why the fuck they starting doing over me? Don't fuck with me.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I'm like, dude, can't fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? But boom, we'll go right back to practice. Boom, I sign to practice, have a good practice, do the shit that I normally do in games, and then goddamn me. He don't want to come calling my name. But when you're calling my name, your ass in the pinch. You in the pinch, though.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Now you need my playmaking ability to come out here and try to help you out and dead guy. Well, man, I should have been getting run off top because y'all know goddamn well Blue ain't had no business getting no run over me.
Yeah.
But I understand. I understand that. You know what I'm saying? But we can't preach competition, and then. It's only competition. It's only competition for the bottom part of the roster. It ain't competition for dudes that they really feel like they. Oh, and let me say this, man, because I know you probably ready to run me off the phone. I got to say this.
Nah, you cool.
You know, I've been watching this pass rush. Now. It's mighty fun. Everybody rushes the passer the same identical way.
Bull rush.
When we know that each pass rusher skill set is different from the other because they all different individuals.
Yeah.
But all of them rush the damn passer the same damn way. And I heard a stat today say we the quickest to get off the ball in the league. On the D-line, but they say it don't show because it's like we getting off that line and then we just peeking. Once we get up on them choppers, we peeking around to try to see what. Man, they teaching that bullshit, man.
Yeah, boy.
They teaching that shit. But hey, and I know every rock ain't gonna never be gone.
Fantastic observation. Fantastic.
Man, I'm seeing it, man. Everybody running up straight into them dudes' chest. All they make that little dumbass one little spin move. Everybody. I'm talking about everybody. Every Rocky, Williams, Williams. All of them, boy.
Yeah.
Only one that kind of got me. Excuse me, like only one that kind of make a little jab, and I think they're giving him the okay to do it. That's Houston, because you done seen him do it a couple of different times.
Yeah, and
but I heard every
hold on, CJ. Hold on, CJ. And he should have way more snaps.
Right. I agree with it. I agree with it. I agree with it. And I know every Rocky will never be Micah Parsons.
No.
I mean, that's understood.
Yeah.
But go look at his film and what he did do in Boston College.
It was dope.
He used to line up off the ball linebacker in Boston College.
Yeah.
They were using him a little bit everywhere. Up there on that front, bro.
Yeah.
The man was playing off ball linebacker in Boston College.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, but that's just based on what it is. I feel like it's a whole defensive staff. That's one thing. Because I'm telling you, that pass rush shit, that shit ain't looking right. Everybody just running down the middle of somebody. But then, like I said, we got to say that we get off the ball in the league on the defensive line, but it don't show. Because when we get up on the tackle, you know what I'm saying? You know, when we hitting them edges, we still ain't flying down. We still ain't going down here. They stop it. Because they've been told to honor their rush lanes. They've been told, hey, dial it down. You know what I'm saying? Just don't go get that quarterback. You know, honor the lane, honor everything. And I get that. But come on, man. I heard every rock who had his own damn mile. People on that show with Nick Scott and over there. I heard him on that show, though. The man even said that his own motherfucking mile, man. They told him to dial that shit down.
Damn. Say, send me that clip. That's something. That's something we gotta definitely do.
Yeah, it was just last week. I know it's on YouTube. I find it and send it to you.
Yeah.
I find it and send it to you. It was just on YouTube. Just a few days last week. He sitting down because they had the birthday turkey today. They had the birthday turkey today. I know they done did Cavante, they done did the Raku, and they done did Williams, the running back. I found him send it to you. I'm gonna email it to you, bro. I ain't lying. Hey, look, I love the shit out of him.
I gotta go though, bro. I gotta go.
Bro, I love the shit out of him, bro. I ain't they hurt me from my heart. It be killing me.
CJ.
Bro, to lose in the fact that we be losing, bro.
CJ.
Like that should be so, you know what I'm saying?
CJ.
But at the same time,
CJ.
man, look, I'm a fool. You know what I'm saying? That ain't my team.
CJ.
Because, man, I ain't complaining about
CJ.
You know what I'm saying? But
CJ, can you hear me?
Hell no, I'm just as passionate as you.
CJ, I gotta go, big dog. But I appreciate the call, man.
Hey, just check your email, man. I'm gonna slide that to you.
All right. That was CJ. All right. Hey, 214, I tried to get you on, man. You never answered, so I gotta go. I gotta pick up my brother. He in a hard place. Good call. I gotta go pick up my brother, y'all. So I gotta kind of end the show. But listen, y'all. We gonna keep moving forward, man. We gonna let the season play out how it's gonna play out. You know what I'm saying? The season gonna be what it's gonna be. All right. So, you know, it is what it is. You know. So, but like as far as this over here, I'm gonna keep pushing on ideas that can help us win. I'm gonna stay on that. I ain't gonna stop that. That's gonna always be part of what we doing over here is pushing ideas that's gonna help us win. So let me get up out of here, man. I just got an important message that my brother gotta go get him. He's stranded. So yeah, y'all let me go handle that, man. It's your boy Boss. Show me. I'll be back tomorrow. Likely we planning something with Star. And maybe even DC Universe. We trying to put something in the air. But listen, y'all, man, let's just keep pushing. One win at a time, one good idea at a time. And you know what? If they don't do none of this, they wasn't serious, bro. And we will just have to live with that. and just, and it's the same old merry-go-round of the Dallas Cowboys. But if they serious, they could be aggressive. I'm out.